Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to a sunny day in Florida. You can see got some beautiful skies, beautiful weather. It's like in the 70s here. It's absolutely fantastic. I just got back from a trip. My family and I went on vacation for a week to Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. It was awesome. Didn't do any work while I was there, and was just enjoying time with my family. My parents were down from northern Michigan, and they were enjoying the beautiful weather there for sure. But I had a great time in Hilton Head with the kids and wife, and got a lot of movement in. So I'm trying to exercise discipline with my diet and my exercise. And so one of the goals that I set was 10,000 steps. I'm on a walk right now to try and reach that. Hopefully I'll reach that by the end of this walk. But I'm at, I think it's 17 days in a row of at least 10,000 steps. And man, yesterday was tough. So we drove back from Hilton Head down here. I live just north of Tampa. It's about an 8-hour drive with stops and everything, especially with little kids that need a lot of potty breaks. So it was like 8 hours in the car yesterday, and I got home, and like halfway through the drive, I started getting this like weird cramp in my back and up through my ribs. And my wife would like rub my back a little bit, stuff like that, but it just had knot of muscle in my back, and it was such a pain to drive with that. So we got home, and we made it in. It was about like, it was like 5 o'clock or something like that, and just wanted to go and lay down. I was so tired of driving, of being in pain and hurting from that. Like, it was such a pain to drive like that. And all I wanted to do was lay down. But I looked at my step count, and my steps were at about 2,000 steps for the day at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, oh no, I got to keep my streak alive. But I knew that just like a normal walk wouldn't do it, most likely. So what I decided to do was just go for a little run, increase my step speed and stuff like that. And plus I hadn't gone for a run in like, it had been over a week since I ran. I ran a mile here a couple weeks ago as I first started getting back into focusing on my health and my fitness. So I ran a mile here a while back in my neighborhood, and had not done any running since then, just done a bunch of walking. And we walked a bunch while we were in South Carolina too. Walked on the beach, which is a great workout. And so I decided to go for a run. And one of the things, and I guess the point of this video today, point of my last video was just start, like just do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And I guess today's focal point is that sometimes you just got to try something and just do it for a little bit to try it out. And even if you don't want to do it, I saw a post, I think it was on Instagram. Like, I don't even remember where I saw it, but the words kind of resonated with me a lot. And it was like, the gist of the post was to do something. If you don't want to do something that you need to do it for 15 minutes, because you'll be a different person in 15 minutes. That basically, like, as you start working on something, you'll change. You know, even if you don't want to do it, by the time you're 15 minutes in, your mindset shifts, your body changes, the chemical makeup, you know, the vitamins, everything going through your body changes, and you're a different person. Like, you can be in a different mood, be in a different mindset, be in a different physical space just in 15 minutes. And so that was the gist of that post, was just do it, just start it, because you're going to be a different person in 15 minutes. And I experienced that a lot while we were on the last couple weeks, because like when my alarm clock goes off, I'm used to getting up when the kids get up, basically like sleep as long as I can. And then when our youngest comes to wake me up, that's how I know that my day has started. And so when I set an alarm to get up early, and for some reason it's easier some days than others, set an alarm to get up if I'm getting ready to go on a trip, if I've got a meeting that I need to go to, if I have like an event, like a church event, like it's really easy to get up for those alarms. But if I'm setting an alarm to go work out, if I'm setting an alarm to go and exercise, oh my gosh, that alarm goes off and my body goes, nope, not today, Brian. I don't want you to do it today. And as I talked about in the last video, something that I've really come to terms with and I'm wrestling with is that, like, my flesh, on a spiritual level, my body desires to be lazy. My body desires to be fat and out of shape and to not be like subdued. But God calls me as the leader of my household, as a husband of my wife, as a father of my kids, as a man over creation, to take dominion, to exercise authority, to take care of my body, which is the temple of the Holy Spirit, like all of those things. So like when my alarm goes off, I'm wrestling with that battle. I go, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to get up. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to get up. Like it doesn't even have to be early. It's just getting up in order to do those things is a pain. You know, when I know that it's not something that I have to do, right? It's not an appointment that I have to keep. The gym's not gonna call me up and go, where are you at? It's stuff that I can do. I have the liberty to do. And ultimately I have the choice on whether I'm gonna do it or not. And that is the struggle for me. And so going back to the 15-minute rule, I kind of determined within myself, like, you don't want to get up from that alarm. You don't want to go for that walk. You don't want to go for that run. You don't want to make the dinner. You don't want to do these things that are beneficial to you, but your body, you're tired, you're hungry, you're sleepy, whatever. Like you're out of it. Your body doesn't want it. Try it for 15 minutes because you'll be a different person in 15 minutes. And so like yesterday, I got back from my trip, tired, sore, hurting, and I decided to go on this run. And I was just going to go down the street and back, just try and get a good amount of steps in so that I could just kind of finish it out the rest of the day. Like if I could get 3,000 or 4,000 steps, I would have been at like 6 or 7, and then I could have focused on doing stuff around the house or whatever to try and get those last 3 in. And I definitely could have done it before midnight and got that 10,000. But as I started moving, man, it just felt great. And I love running. I ran a 5K a few years ago. I trained for that. I ran it. And then we dealt with some personal stuff in my life that just impacted my health, my mindset, and I kind of stopped running. But I love running. And so I started running. I was like, man, this feels good. I love this. And ended up running like I'm walking this circle in our neighborhood right now. I found out yesterday that if I walk this big circle, like the main road in our neighborhood where we live, it is from my house to come out to the main road and then run do the lap is a 5K. It's 3.11 miles. And so I ended up running a 5K, just kind of spur of the moment yesterday. And my time was not the best that I definitely got to carve that down, but I only stopped to walk like twice, and both of them were because of intersections that I needed to cross. And as you can see by the people driving here, for some reason people drive so fast through this through this neighborhood. So like I had to stop to walk a couple times, but it was maybe for like 10-15 seconds a piece, and then I would just get back at it. And I wasn't running fast, I was at a very slow jog, but I was doing it. And I know that all the walking that I've done over the last couple weeks has greatly improved my physical ability, because I was able to run essentially that whole time. And I gave myself 15 minutes. I ended up running for 45. I got home. I only needed about 1,500 steps more. So I got all the way back home and just walked my street a couple times. Got that, hit my 10,000 steps. I got like 8,000 steps within the course of an hour and a half. And hit my 10,000, hit my goal, kept the streak alive. And my app that I use, the pedometer app I use, like it tracks my streak. So I'm able to see that green flash. It like flashes confetti at you. It's fun. And I see that streak alive. And then I also am just reflecting on how, like, now I know that I can do that. So there's 5 big reasons that starting and doing something for 15 minutes is beneficial. The first which is that it helps with your productivity. It helps you get more stuff done. You determine to start something for 15 minutes, you get more things done. It also helps with your mood. You feel better, like especially after you start moving, you start a project, you start working on something, you start to feel better. You start to feel more positive. You see, like, I can do that. And so it kills the fear of starting new things or doing hard things, because you know that you can do it. Like I know that I can run that lap. I know that I can run that course. I know that I can run that 5K. And there's a 5th one that I can't remember off the top of my head. I actually wrote a thread on X about this. And if you don't follow me over there, my X tag is Shepherd Be Fit, at Shepherd Be Fit. Follow me over there, interact with me there. I track a lot more on that than I do on YouTube, mostly for time's sake. But I'm back home now, and we're done with vacations, done with trips for a little bit. So it's just gonna be back in. And that leads me to the last thing that I wanna share, and I'm excited about this. One of my things is when I travel, I eat. Like, I love good food, And Hilton Head, that we went to, Hilton Head Island, is known for its good food. So I knew going into this trip that I was gonna eat some really good food. I had some great fish, had a absolutely supreme burger, like best burger I've ever had. If you go to Hilton Head Island, Uncle Billy's burger joint, killer burgers. Had great burgers, had great fish. I had some really good pastries from Sweet Al's pastry place. I had a bunch of coffee, had a bunch of specialty coffees from Starbucks. My wife and I, one of the things that we like to do when we're on vacation is, like, I'm not gonna make coffee in the room. I'm gonna go and pick it up. We make coffee at home 90% of the time. But when I'm on vacation and I'm on a trip, I'm gonna go get a local coffee from somewhere. And whether it's a local place, whether it's a Starbucks or a Dunkin', I don't really care. I'm just gonna go pick it up, and it's a fun thing that we do. So, had lots of Starbucks coffees. Sometimes I got them black, but then other times they got this brown sugar oat milk cortado right now. It's just a little guy, fantastic. So I've been having those too. Loosely tracked kind of what I was eating, but I prioritized not snacking, no late night meals. We were done eating by 7 o'clock every night. Got my 10,000 steps in. I focused on protein with what I was eating. I wanted to make sure I wasn't just filling up on empty stuff, but like what I was eating was going to be protein filled. And I got done with my trip. I got back and I was down almost half a pound, 0.4 pounds, which for me, like, I was just hoping to not be up 6 pounds from that trip, because I didn't want to undo everything that I've done over the last couple weeks. But it showed me that I could do that discipline. Like, it takes some of that fear away of going on trips. It takes some of that fear away of, like, not being able to control myself eating. And so what I'm going to do is revel in that victory and in that success. And that is great. I'm very thankful for that. I feel good about it. And yeah, just wanted to share that with you. So I'm walking right now. I'm almost a mile down. You helped me walk almost a mile. Right up here is going to be my mile marker, which I know just from walking this route a couple times. But I appreciate you joining me today in this video. If you like this content, appreciate your likes and subscribes. If you have a success that you'd like to share, if you try something new and you want to share that you've tried something new for 15 minutes to just try and hit that, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. It does help me out, helps boost the algorithm, get me some visibility. And again, go follow me on X at Shepherd B Fit. And looking forward to interacting with you over there too. But I hope that everybody has a great day. I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful weather just a little bit more. So take care. I'll see you next time.